Brownfields are previous industrial or commercial sites where future use has been affected by environmental contamination or suspected pollution. There are over 450,000 sites in the United States, with 3,000 of these sites alone being located in NYC. In this current age, NYC faces mounting pressure as less and less land becomes available for urban development. Brownfields are detrimental to both public health and the environment, as the soil has quickly been contaminated due to hazardous waste runoffs from the railroads, gas stations, and oil refineries that created them. New York has more than 3,000 vacant properties and over 7,000 properties designated as in need of mandatory environmental examination and management, with almost 40% of them being brownfields. Since most brownfields exist within developed areas and communities but are neglected due to fears of liability or industrial decline, their redevelopment would revitalize old neighborhoods, improve public health, and support a higher quality transit system. Due to the fact that most brownfields are located in lower or middle income areas in New York City, with such a pattern being seen worldwide, the utilization of brownfield land would increase local investment, improve property value, and increase employment and opportunities. The cleanup of brownfields depends on the degree of contamination, size, and the future use of the area, thus allowing for several modes of action to redevelop the land. In many cases, brownfields can be returned to their original form by using local contractors or volunteers. By notifying the community through public announcements via whether a local council, posters, or phone calls, enough volunteers could be gathered to minimize the use of contractors. People willing to improve their neighborhoods would excavate and remove toxic soil, eliminate and cautiously to dispose of hazardous waste, and pump and treat contaminated groundwater. Alternatives include the use of phytoremediation, a process that utilizes plants to help neutralize land. This procedure is an emergent technology that reforms contaminated sites, landfills, and brownfields through vegetation that absorbs and transforms pollutants. In areas contaminated with inorganic compounds, there are three processes. The first is phytoextraction, where plants absorb contaminants into above-ground parts. The second is rhizofiltration, where plant roots absorb contaminants. And the third is phytostabilization, where plant roots stabilize the contaminants. In areas polluted with organic materials, they are first treated with phytodegradation, where plants absorb the contaminants and break them down into safer compounds. The second method is rhizodegradation, where plant roots are inhabited by microbes in order to break down organic matter. The third option is phytovolatilization, where the plants absorb the pollutants and then release them into the atmosphere in a safer form. This diagram shows the general methods in which contaminants are removed from the environment. Another procedure includes capping, a process that creates a barrier between the contaminated soil and the exposed layer through the addition of a geotextile, or clean soil. A common approach is bioremediation, where microbes consume organic contaminants when the brownfield is supplied with nutrients, oxygen, and chemicals that release oxygen. Through aiding microbial growth, pollutants are converted into gas, water, or less toxic materials. Yet in the end, it is ultimately our own actions that will dictate the future. When it goes, how it goes. Although there has been action in the forms of laws or techniques to help remediate brownfields, the real change begins at an individual level.